And we are live. Welcome to the NBA Strategy Show. It is Monday, January 19th. We are here to break down, honestly, I don't know what, which I know sounds incredibly insane, but we've been given not the best slates in the world today for what we have. We got a holiday here today. We've got basketball starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time. And unfortunately, we weren't given a single thing that's fun. So I'm going to go through the schedule right now just to set everybody up. 1 o'clock, 2:30, 3 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 5 o'clock, 7, 7:30, 8, and 10. None of those things make up an actual, real, quality slate. I thought we were going to get a 5-gamer with the 2 5s, the 7, the 7:30, and the 8. No. That's trash. 4-game slate with the 10 p.m. lock. 2 2-gamers in the morning. It's just, whoever drew this up made a gigantic mistake. Now we're going to break some of it down, and we'll talk about all of it to a degree. But we had the opportunity to have a lot of fun today, and we didn't get the setup that we were looking for. So, that said, got to make the best of a bad situation. We got a lot to talk about. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter at Josh Engleman. For tonight, we're going to do a 30-minute deeper dive, and that'll be me solo. And then we'll head to live before lock with, I assume Greg and Eric, could be Greg and Spags. I'll be honest, I didn't look. Greg and somebody, for sure. Let me look. I know I saw it, but I already don't remember. Greg and Eric. 1:30 NHL Strategy Show today. We got 2 good games, at least. Sorta. I mean, Thunder Cavs is as good as it can be. At least Cleveland's rooted in a good team. No Darius Garland. And then obviously Boston, Detroit is pretty sick for 8 p.m. tonight. But the rest of this, not so much. Bucks, Hawks. No. Clippers, Wizards. No Kawhi. No. Mavs, Knicks. No. Jazz, Spurs. No. Pacers, Sixers. No. Suns, Nets, no. Heat, Warriors, fine. Just like the vanilla ice cream of games on today's slate. But Celtics, Pistons is a good one. Thunder, Cavs is a good one. We get 2 legitimately real games, so to speak. Interesting weekend as well. I see Anthony says Bills got hosed. Correct call. But what are you going to do? And I say that as someone that would have preferred the Bills to win. So, didn't have a dog in the fight. No DFS lineups. No bets. Just, it's the right call. It happens. It's the NFL playoffs. We get a new one of these things that people are going to bitch about every single year. It's always something. But we got basketball today, and it starts in 4 hours. Bucks, Hawks, tipping off at 1 p.m. Eastern time today. We get early basketball. I didn't look at like the showdown sizing. Are any of these good early? Like obviously, whatever the 10 o'clock one is probably like their typical showdown. But I haven't looked. Let's check the lobby here. Okay. Featured at least. 10K early. Could have been better. Featured my ass. 2K. 2K. 20K and the Warriors. God, they really did absolutely nothing today to make the slate interesting. That's such a shame. What the hell else are we going to do? It's not like there's Monday Night Football. All right, let's take a lap through each game, set the table for you guys. Get an idea of what we got to pay attention to for the rest of the day. Bucks, Hawks. Hawks are 2.5-point favorites, 231 total here. Everybody that's typically available for the Bucks are available today for the Bucks. On the Atlanta side, still no Kristaps Porzingis, still no Zachary Risachet. Q-tag Dyson Daniels, so keep an eye on that one. He missed their most recent game as well. And then a bunch of Q tags for like their G League guys. I'm guessing Dyson Daniels' status will depend on like Asen Newell, Caleb Wilson. That's probably the two that matter. Those two guys, one of those guys might be available if Dyson Daniels is ends up out for the Hawks. Right ankle sprain. Like I said, missed their most recent game. We don't know. Clinton took down the mini-max last night. Attaboy. Attaboy. Don't be afraid to tweet that and follow the instructions. If your avatar is the Stokastic avatar, you will get a free month of Sims as long as you follow those instructions. Let's see what the link is. Do we still have that link? We do. There you go. Stokastic.com/hall-of-fame. If you go to stokastic.com, in the drop down for deals, if you click the Hall of Fame button, it'll be here. Instructions for what you can do to get into the Hall of Fame, but it's right here for you. Free month. Anybody can do it as long as you have the avatar. Doesn't get easier than that. Let's keep it moving. Thunder Cavs, 2:30 start. Cavs are 6.5-point dogs, 234 total. For OKC, J-Dub out for a bit. Strained right hamstring. Probably going to miss 3 weeks. Like, we know this much. They're not going to rush him back. He's not going to be back until he's perfect. So he's going to be out for a bit. Isaiah Hartenstein still out. On the Cleveland side, Darius Garland out. Going to miss some sort of chunk of time for sure. Sam Merrill still out. Dean Wade back, though. He is probable for today. So that's where we stand for Thunder Cavs. Not waiting on anything. All of that information from an injury report standpoint, we've already got. 3 p.m. start. Wizards and Clippers. Wizards are 6.5-point underdogs at home, 223 total. On the Clippers side, no Kawhi. Undetermined amount of time that Kawhi Leonard is going to be out. It's Kawhi, so who knows? John Collins back, though. He's missed either 2 or 3 in a row, something like that. So John Collins back for the Clippers. Otherwise, it's just Kawhi in terms of guys that we're expecting to play. And then for the Wizards, no Bilal Coulibaly, no Trae Young, no Tristan Vukcevic. But no Q tags in Clippers Wizards. We just kind of have this information already. That moves us to the 2 5:00 games. Mavericks, Knicks. Knicks are 10.5-point favorites at home, 230 total. No AD, no D'Angelo Russell, no Daniel Gafford, no PJ Washington, out for personal reasons. I'm going to assume it's a baby. I have no idea. Cooper Flagg, questionable. Important. Gonna need to know that one, depending on what nonsense slate you're playing today. Otherwise, G League guys are available. Miles Kelly, Moussa Cisse, Ryan Nembhard. On the Knicks side, Jalen Brunson, questionable. Josh Hart, questionable. It should come as no surprise that those two Q tags matter in a big way today. So you need to know what's going on for the Knicks, whether it's Cooper Flagg, whether it's Jalen Brunson, whether it's Josh Hart. Mavs, Knicks, lots of stuff up in the air. Whatever happens here will dictate everything else for this game, but those are three massive Q tags that don't really allow for us to really project out Mavs Knicks. Jazz Spurs. Now, do I know what the Jazz are going to do today? Sure don't. Lauri Markkanen, still out with an illness. Isaiah Collier, questionable. As of right now, the expectation is that Yusuf Nurkic does not see the floor, that Svi Mykhailiuk does not see the floor, and that they continue with the rotation they've been running for 4 out of the last 5 games without Nurkic in the starting lineup. Now, if Isaiah Collier happens to be out, I don't know what they're going to do. Keep the Jazz at arm's length and hope for the best. If you're playing Jazz dudes, lean towards starters, because anybody that doesn't start is very live to not show up on the basketball court. For the Spurs, it's still no Devin Vassell. Keep in mind, 16.5 point favorites here for San Antonio, 242 total. Look, I like San Antonio a lot, but I'd love to know what this line would be if it were a full-strength Oklahoma City, because I'm assuming it's like 24. What a stupid Jazz team. So then we get to the 7 o'clocks. This is the first game of the main slate. Indiana Pacers, Philadelphia 76ers. The Sixers are 7.5 point favorites at home, 228 total. This one's a mess right now on the Philly side. Pacers are typical. Benedict Matherin's still out. G League guys, probably not going to see him. Otherwise, it's the standard Pacers. For the Sixers, Jared McCain, now with the G League team. A lot of the bloom off that rose, huh? I'm sure there were a bunch of you in chat a year ago after him playing 8 games, acting like he's a top 30 player in the NBA. Someone's always going to start the season off hot. Let's not forget it. Here's the big problem for Philly today. Joel Embiid, questionable. Paul George, questionable. Now, this is the front end of a back-to-back for the Sixers. In the previous front end of a back-to-back, Joel Embiid did not play. I'm going to assume for right now that he's not playing tonight. Clearly, we're going to get this information. We know one thing. He's definitely not playing the back-to-back. So he's either sitting out today or tomorrow. We'll find out. Probably a similar story for Paul George, though it doesn't have to be. So we don't know those Q tags, but we hope to get it eventually. Kelly Oubre is available for this one. We like Jordan Miller regardless of the call. There is no Collins news. He's in. All right. Suns Nets. This one is a mess. Another game that we have absolutely nothing to worry about. Benny Boom says it's MLK Day. Embiid is playing. I'd love for you to explain to me why MLK matters to Joel Embiid, but sure. Devin Booker, questionable for the Phoenix Suns. Booyah, questionable for the Phoenix Suns. Finally back from that concussion, potentially. And then the big one. Jalen Green, questionable for Phoenix. I was very optimistic about Jalen Green coming into this year. I wanted to see what he looked like. I'm a Jalen Green optimist. He's a guy that I buy stock in when I can. It's looking worse and worse every day. But he's questionable, and he's played like 4 games or something all year. I mean, it's basically 0. So it'd be nice to see him back. We also have the Brooklyn Nets, and they are essentially impossible to talk about. So they are on the back end of a back-to-back. They got smacked by the Bulls yesterday. The last time they played a back-to-back, we had some guys sitting out front end, back end type stuff. On the back end of their most recent back-to-back, we didn't Cam Thomas isn't going to play today, I assume. Shout out his double-digit assists. I think the Igor Demon is going to be out as well. So we might have a decent chunk of value in Brooklyn. The problem is they still have other idiots. But as of right now, we don't have an injury report for Brooklyn. And I think it's going to have a couple names on it that matter. So you'll want to pay attention there. But we can't even think about the Suns right now. The status of Devin Booker and Jalen Green will matter. Now, Jalen Green is not coming back to play massive minutes, but obviously there's a huge swing in whether or not Devin Booker plays today or not. So keep an eye. But 217 total is also pretty darn unappealing. So those are the first two games of the main. We get to the 8 o'clock game, an actual real basketball game. Boston Celtics, Detroit Pistons. Everybody that's typically available for Boston is potentially available for Boston. I guess Josh Minot is out, but that's not what we care about. Peyton Pritchard, questionable. He's got the left ankle sprain, whatever it is. Missed last game and parts of the one before that or something along those lines. Something like that. We're dealing with it over the past 2 or 3. So he's questionable. Clearly that matters. On the Pistons side, full strength. Everybody's available. So we're going to get a pretty real Boston-Detroit game. Pistons 3.5-point favorites in this one. Kind of makes me feel like Peyton Pritchard's not playing. But I am also way higher on Boston than basically everybody else. And then finally, late night hammer. Miami Heat at the Golden State Warriors. 6.5-point favorites here for Golden State. 238 total. For reference, that is 14 points higher than Boston. That is 21 points higher than Suns Nets. And another 10 higher than the Pacers game. I think it was the Pacers game. Yeah, it was the Pacers game. Nice. Okay, for Miami, Tyler Hero is out. Davion Mitchell, Jaime Jaquez, both probable. For Golden State, no DeAnthony Melton, no Guy Santos, Draymond is probable. Steven Leibowitz says Simons is growing on me. I mean, he's just exactly what you expect him to be. It's not like Anthony Simons is going to play any different for this. I'm going to assume that when I pull up his stats, they're the exact same minus volume changes. It's even worse. I mean, has he been playing better? Yeah. But he's just an offensive spark plug. I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Anthony Simons is not going to continue to shoot 69.5% from the field at the rim. Considering he's basically been 55% his entire career. The previous high was 61. Sees so more efficient without Tatum. Why is that? I mean, they're not. So that probably helps. Yeah, they're not. I really hope they trade Simons. Also, shout out Sam Hauser for whatever stupid total he had. I don't want to get it wrong. 10 for 21 from 3 last time out. 0 for 0 from the rim. 0 for 0 from the mid-range. 10 of 21 from 3 for Sam Hauser. Hell of a game. 30 points on 10 made threes. Let it sail, Sammy. Let it sail. That's a crazy game, man. Truly. Dude, this is a crazy one. Sam Hauser either makes 2 free throws in a game or makes nothing. None taken. 2 for 2, 2 for 2. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 2 for 2. 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0. No free throws, no free throws, no free throws, no free throws. He either shoots 2 free throws and makes them both, or shoots no free throws whatsoever. What a ridiculous line. Bye-bye, Sean McDermott? Really? I mean, I say really as if I care. I'm not confident I would have even known he was the coach. Is that real, DeWitt? Or are you just saying that out of context? There it is. 3 minutes ago. Cool. Cool. It's the NFL. I could care less about coaching. The same shit every time. You just recycle the same morons that suck. It's like the EPL. Who's going to hire Sam Dyche? All right. You guys will enjoy this. So this is what the ownership looks like to start the day. Now, do not put any weight into this right now. I told you guys about all the Q tags and stuff we don't know. But assuming Joel Embiid really is out today, 50+% ownership coming into Tyrese Maxey. If Paul George plays, he's projected for 40% ownership, as is Norm Powell, as is, well, that's it for 40s. You get Hawkes, Steph Curry, Davion Mitchell, Jimmy Butler, Andrew Nembhard, Andrew Wiggins, all around 30. It falls off quite a bit from there, but $9,900 Tyrese Maxey against the Pacers with potentially no Joel Embiid. Yeah, he's going to look pretty damn good. Because you start looking at Maxey and it's like, well, maybe I like Steph Curry. And it's like, well, yeah, you get a little bit of savings on Steph, but you also expect Tyrese Maxey to play like 9 more minutes than him. What do I think the market is for Simons? There isn't one. There is no market for Anthony Simons. There never has been. If there was a market for Anthony Simons, he wouldn't have got traded for Drew Holiday last, like 6 months ago or whatever. There's no market for Simons. Who would want him? Like, small guards that can't defend anybody, they grow on trees. You can find 100 of him. Now, I'm not saying like he's not great, but like he doesn't solve anything. Any team whose offense stinks. But there's no like you can't. The market for Simons is like salary relief more than anything else. Trade him for Isaac Okoro. No. But yeah, I mean, he's just a salary. Just a salary. Where he ends up, who the hell knows? Is there a team that needs offense, but not from a good person? I mean, what's really funny? The Blazers could use him. I mean, if there was a No, Mike, the players are just good. The players are good. I mean, yeah, Missoula's a good regular season coach, but winning without Tatum, now Pritchett. Peyton Pritchard missed 2 games for a sprained ankle. Mike, do you pay attention to the NBA? It's just the regular season. Like, none of this is all that surprising. We knew Jaylen Brown, Derek White, and Peyton Pritchard were good. Doesn't take much to be that good in the East. What's your thoughts on Drummond, no Embiid? He doesn't have ownership. That's because he's not the starting center. Now, the thoughts on center is Adem Bona at 3,600, assuming he starts. I mean, it's been Bona for a couple weeks now. If Drummond starts, he'll look a little bit better, but Drummond's $900 more expensive than Bona right now. But the expectation is that Bona would be the guy. And Bona right now is the 4th highest owned center. We don't really have anybody breaking free in the late slate for center ownership. Draymond at 25, Mark Williams, Bam, Bona. This is not a great center slate. Does kind of make me like somebody like Jalen Duren, but his minutes have been weird. Team Beef Stew, I guess. By the way, don't forget, if you want to get the sims that we have here, get all of the data, get the single lineup sim, etc., you can do that very simply. There's a link in the description of this video. If you click it and you have some interest in signing up through one of our partners, either a sportsbook or a pick'em site, it doesn't get any easier. You pay us nothing. You can get a month of the sims for signing up through one of those partners. Again, costs you $0. Doesn't cost you anything to do that either. You're going to have to make a deposit to one of these sites, but it's not like it's not still your money. They're going to give you some sort of bonus. And then once you follow the instructions on the screen, you get a month of sims for free. And they stack up. Maybe there's 3 sports books you can sign up for. You can sign up for all 3 of them and claim 3 individual months of sims. Maybe you want NBA and I'm just going to say NFL at the same time for right now. It could be golf, could be MMA. You could do like 2 months of NBA and a month of NFL in that scenario. You won't pay us at all for that entire time. So if you're interested in signing up at Stokastic, the easiest way to do it is through one of our partners using the link below. Do I like Al Horford if no Draymond? Draymond is probable, so I assume he'll play. Probably wouldn't change all that much for me on Al Horford. He'll just be a guy. But we have no reason to suspect Draymond isn't playing. I just wish we would have got a slightly more substantial slate today. It's frustrating. We had everything teed up for us here for like a full day of basketball. Treat it like a baseball slate. Get like a good early and a good... Nah. Didn't happen. Did not happen. Don't know who needs to hear this, but pitchers and catchers report in 22 days. No one needs to hear that. I have no idea why you wouldn't be a fan of Joe Mazzulla. I don't know what more he needs to do. If you look around the league and you don't have Joe Mazzulla relatively near the top, I'm going to assume you're not a fan of most coaches, because every single one of them would back up the Brinks truck if he were somehow a free agent today. I mean, the talking heads buried the Celtics from a defensive perspective. I think what we ended up getting was a Neemias Queta that we didn't see coming. To me, Neemias Queta is like the main reason Boston's been as good as they are. Because his defense has just been exceptional. We got to remember that the regular season is not the same thing as the playoffs. And good dudes are just going to be good by default in the regular season. The Celtics team would struggle mightily in the playoffs, depending on who they played. But it's the East. I'm glad I have a bunch of Celtics to win the East tickets from 2 months ago when I told all you guys to do it. But yeah, like plugging the hole of Jason Tatum during the regular season was never going to be all that problematic. It was plugging the rest of the holes largely internally or with old Minnesota Timberwolves like Josh Minot and Luka Garza. I just want to see Tatum come back, man. I want to see what it looks like. Because the East playoffs are going to be an absolute mess. I don't trust a single one of these teams. Whether it's Boston, whether it's Cleveland, whether it's New York, whether it's Orlando. Am I missing somebody? I don't think that I am. I mean, like, no one's going to want to play Philly. I don't think they could do it for 3 rounds. But I also know that I don't even want to deal with it. Toronto's not real. I don't trust the Pistons in the playoffs. I would short the Pistons as much as I possibly could until they make a trade. If the Pistons don't do anything in the next 3 weeks, I'm going to have a large position shorting Detroit in some way. But and then after that, the rest of these teams just stink. But I don't know how to sift through Magic, Cavs, Knicks, Celtics. If the Pistons make a move for an offensive player without really hurting their, if they make we're going to trade a lot of future, then I think the Pistons are the best team in the East. Unless Boston does the same thing. Because if Boston makes a real move and Jason Tatum comes back, then to me, I'll be taking the Celtics easily. The Pistons are the only team I'll trust if they can make an actual move. But I think their offense is awful and will be terrible in the playoffs. Let's get to the games, man. Did you just get here? I'm done the games already. So, if you think something's about to start, you're not correct. What a mess of a slate. A complete unknown in Philly, a complete unknown in Phoenix, a complete unknown in Brooklyn, a mostly unknown in Boston thanks to Peyton Pritchard, and a late night hammer is the only one we actually know anything about. I don't know what more you want to hear. Let's get to the games. I got to them 30 minutes ago. Not a lot to say for today. We didn't get a substantial slate. Everything's spread out. We need a boatload of news. Now, again, NHL strategy show is going to be coming up at 1:30. I'll be live solo at 5:30 for the deeper dive. We will go hard in the paint on the 4 main slate games. I'll set the entire table and then kick it over to Eric and Greg for live before lock. But that's what we've got here. No NFL or anything going on today. Quiet streets for this holiday day. Anything else you guys want me to take a look at before we dip? Trade Simons to Detroit? Yeah, no. I don't think they need a third version of Jaden Ivey. If you could combine Garza and Keita, you'd have a fine, for real. Yeah, I mean, those two guys are like uniquely talented in like dramatically different ways. Top 10, there are no top 10 contenders on FanDuel. It's 9:30. NFL is like the NBA now. Western Conference, way better. Yeah. Sounds like everyone could benefit from a nap and a hug. It does sound like it's been a long weekend for some people. Just holding a bunch of football L's or something. I don't know. All right. Anything else going on? Oh, the 50-point jackpot on FanDuel is done thanks to Anthony Edwards. Don't forget college football, Australian Open today. We've got some decent stuff going on, but it is kind of bleak. But yeah, if you're doing any college football stuff today, make sure you're checking out Tails. We'll have plenty of different college football looks up on the Tails feed today. I have very little doubt Ben will have something out that's very interesting, not to mention everybody else that's going to be on there. But I mean, this is part of the Super Bowl for Ben, that's for sure. Do I like Indy? I don't know anything about college football. Who do they play? Is it? Fuck. I don't even remember who they play. Go Indiana, I guess. I can't even remember who the other team is. I can't. I'm trying to picture it. Is it Miami? Is it Miami? If it's Miami, go Miami. The 47-year-old quarterback. Miami. Yeah, go Miami. No chance. I'm cheering for Indiana when I could cheer for the U. Get the 7th floor crew out there. Yeah. Man, that's a shame that's going to get lost to time. We'll never get another 7th floor crew, man. They'll do it all lame and stupid and like inclusive. It'd be awful. God, so good. I'm going to go listen to that right now. Guys, I have nothing else. We have not been afforded the best schedule in the world, but we have been afforded the opportunity to hit a bunch of showdowns and 2-gamers. And if you want to get volume in today, there's going to be a ton of contests out there for you. Do we have the best contests in the world today? No. But we do get basketball starting at 1 p.m. Eastern time, and that's really all that we could hope for. So hit the like button on your way out the door. Thank you guys for being here. Back to normal-ish for the rest of the week. But that's it. Enjoy your Monday. If you're off today for the holiday, enjoy your holiday. We'll be back with